What's up, guys? So today we'll be discussing about Leh Ladakh in the month of April, and we'll be listing down factors and reasons why you should not be visiting in the month of April 2025. So number one, if weather and the weather condition. So the month of April is when winter ends, but it is still extremely cold compared to the summer months, which begin from mid June. So if you're someone who is not entirely happy with cold weather, and when I'm saying cold, I mean it's going to be extremely cold, with the temperature in April being anywhere between -2 to +10 degrees. So that's how cold it gets in the month of April. The Ladakh overall will be very cold in the month of April, even in places like Hundar and in Nubra Valley. In Nubra Valley you will find plenty of snowfall. So make sure that when you're planning on going to Ladakh in the month of April, you are prepared mentally to be experiencing this cold weather. The weather, even in Pangong and in the villages close to Pangong, that is Tangse, it will be cold. Even the town of Leh will be extremely cold. So, overall, it is a very cold time to be going to Ladakh in the month of April. It can even snow at places like Changla, Kardungla Pass, Tanglangla. So, if you're someone who doesn't like the cold weather, the month of March is definitely not the time for you to be going there. The month of April is very similar to March when it comes to the weather wise. It's just going to be slightly warmer. So do not consider going to Ladakh in the month of April if you're someone who doesn't like cold weather. Number two is road accessibility. The only option and the most concrete option to get to Leh Ladakh in the month of April is to take a flight in and out of Leh. Even though in the past years the road via Srinagar and Manali has opened, it is very dicey to be taking the roadway because the road can shut anytime because of snowfall. Srinagar Leh road is far more reliable compared to the road via Manali, because the Manali road, even if it opens, it can shut anytime because of snowfall. In the year 2025, that's this present year, winter has been late, so by default you will expect it to snow in the month of March and April on these passes. Even if the road opens, I'm repeating myself again, there's a very high possibility that it will shut in the month of April. And if God forbid your journey is during the time when the road shuts, your entire holiday will get cancelled and you will lose your booking amount, and you'll have to reroute your holiday and maybe go to explore Himachal, or maybe return home, depending on what you are interested in doing. So do not rely on the roads via Srinagar and Leh while going to Ladakh in the month of April. It is a very dicey experience. Srinagar is far more active in the month of April because there's just one pass, that is Zojila. While to come to Leh via Manali, there are 5 passes to be taken care of. The only one that you will definitely bypass is Rohtang because of Atal Tunnel. But getting to Baralacha is going to be one of the biggest tasks, getting through that. So do not expect to come via Manali in the month of April. Number 3 is for people who want to go biking around Leh Ladakh. April is definitely not the month because, like I mentioned earlier in the video, Kardungla and Changla can experience snowfall, and when it snows over there, the entire place from South Pulu to North Pulu can get covered in snow, and then biking becomes impossible. So if you're someone who wants to experience biking in Ladakh, the best way is to just hire a bike and explore around Leh town. You can go to Alchi, you can go to Sangam, you can go all the way up to Kargil with your bike, but beyond that, it is highly risky to be taking a bike, and April is definitely not the month to be going biking around Leh Ladakh. If you're interested in biking, you have to visit in the month, say I would say after the 20th of June till September mid is when biking becomes accessible in Ladakh. Number 4 rather would be accommodation and amenities. Now keep in mind that accommodation in Ladakh in the month of April is just setting up, so not all the hotels will be active even if they are active, they will not have the staff that you are expecting them to have, because most of the staff will come in by May once the roads open, because only the locals will be there and the few who can come via Srinagar. Most of the staff that comes to these hotels to work will come via Manali, since that's the more easier route to be taking for locals, for outsiders, sorry. So the month of April is when Ladakh is powered by the locals. It's a very good experience, but for someone who is looking to explore the cafes and all of that, and have the complete flavor of what Ladakh has in the month of July, August. It's not going to be there in the month of April. Even shops in Leh Mall Road might not be open. Shops will be open, but not all will be open in the month of April. Number 5 is the health risk. So now if you're someone who has health complications when pertaining to, I would say, heart problems or high blood pressure, Ladakh in April is definitely not a time to be going there, because it can get cold. The breathing and oxygen is very thin in the month of April because it's still cold in higher altitude places. And the fact that you got to take the flight in and out of Leh makes it very complicated, because April is summer months in the rest of India. And if you're coming from some place like central or south India, where the temperatures would be touching, I would say, close to 35 to 40 degrees, and then imagine you're going if you're flying out on a Thursday, so the rest of the whole month has been 35-40 degrees, and then on Thursday you're taking a flight to Leh and you're landing and the temperature is, I would say, 5 degrees. There's a massive gap of around 30 degrees which is going to like completely bamboozle you over there. So if you're someone who has prior health complications related to any kind of things that can cause trouble, do not go to Ladakh in the month of April. It is better for you to go in the month of June, July, when the temperatures are much warmer and the roadway is accessible, so you can easily take the roadway and acclimatize along the way, along the journey to Leh Ladakh. Now the 6th reason is limited access to tourist places. Yes, because like I mentioned, if it snows and the road to Kardungla is blocked, so entry to Nubra Valley will shut down, and if you're on a short tight trip, you will not end up reaching Nubra Valley. The same thing can happen while going to Pangong Taso Lake. If Changla, which is usually open, but it can always snow and the road can get shut. So if you're someone who's planning a trip to the month of April, make sure that you're going for minimum 6 days. Anything shorter than that could be a hit and miss. The longer you travel in the month of April, the better it is, because the more time you have, so you have a banker day. In case you get stuck because of snowfall, you can reach back or visit the places you're looking to visit without having to miss out on your return flight back. Now when it comes to the 7th point is the scenic limitations, and that I would say is that most of Ladakh is covered in snow-capped mountains, while a big chunk of it is when you'll start seeing the autumn weather, which will start showing up in terms of the flowers and the leaves of the trees, which will start turning into orange and yellow. So this is where you'll get a very good autumn feel. If you're someone who's into photography and you're looking for a different kind of an experience, then April is a good time to be going there. But if you're someone who's looking for the barren, rugged brown mountains which you see in most of the photos and videos that you have been seeing for Ladakh, then April isn't the time to be going there. And the last thing is, if you are someone who is very particular about having a bath every day, which is usual in the mainland of India, then April is definitely not the month to be going there, because April is surely a time that you cannot have a bath every day because it's so cold and you will not really end up sweating so much. Having a bath every day is really risky because you will end up falling sick after you have a bath. And even if you're someone who wants to have a bath every day, the best you can have a bath is, I would say, 3 to 4 times in a 7-day trip, not more than that. Anything more than that would really cause you to fall sick and be hazardous to anyone who's accompanying you on this road trip. Now finally, if you're someone who's planning a trip to Ladakh, be it solo, be it with a family, be it as a couple, be it with a small group of friends, we do have plenty of trips listed to Leh Ladakh in the month of April. You can click on the link in the description and you will get our trips listed. If you have any queries related to our trips listed, then you can WhatsApp us on the WhatsApp option from our website. If you have any queries related to Leh Ladakh in the month of April, you can directly leave a comment, because our WhatsApp is directly only for our sales, for our trips. It has nothing to do with resolving your queries about your personal trip to Leh Ladakh, because that's something that our sales team is not equipped to answer. We are only interested in the people who are interested in booking our trips which are listed. That is what our sales WhatsApp numbers are for. If you have any queries for Ladakh and you have any questions, you can leave a comment in the comment section, and I would be more than happy to reply to them on YouTube in the comment section, so that more people can benefit from this. Till our next video, stay safe, stay happy, stay blessed.